Oh, Laurie?
Hi.
Are you on? There we go.
I am. I'm always on, Josh. Yeah, it is a personal question.
Yes. So, where are we? It is the final of the Great Yorkshire Showdown 2022. Your winners of Group A are just taken to track and are wearing black. It's Leeds Roller Derby! And just on track in gold, Newcastle Roller Derby Whipping Hennies. Starting up for the Whipping Hennies, that is 9-12. The end is Nige.
And in black, number 2323 on the line for Leeds B team, it's Dreadblocks.
And of course, this is the grand final, so it will be a full game, 2 halves of 30 minutes.
2 halves make all of the marbles.
Mm-hmm. And who is going to take all of the Yorkshire marbles today? Let's find out.
And we're off.
Nige going up the inside, but goes up the middle now.
So ducking and diving and fighting to get through the pack. And that first lead jammer of the game is taken by 9-1-2 for Newcastle. The end is Nige. But there's not a lot of gap between. Oh.
And Nige calling off the jam early, cutting the losses before any points can be conceded against.
A technique we know is taking the money and running.
Exactly that, which of course leads us to a pointless jam. You hate that term, don't you?
Let's not start that again,
Fair
Josh,
enough.
my darling.
Oh, it's fun.
On the line in black for Leeds B team is number 33. It's Smartful Dodger.
And we got number 22 in the gold for Newcastle. That is Rottweiler.
You can hear,
And you can hear from the crowd there, Leeds get the lead jam with Smartful Dodger going up the inside there.
Ooh, Rottweiler's being absolutely pinned in place.
Oh, goes around the outside, nice and easy. Barely even noticed that one. Smartful Dodger. Ooh, and a huge hit there. Knocks off balance there, but still rolling. Oh!
It's like a game of Skittles out here, Josh.
Yeah, right. Goodness me. Smartful Dodger coming around for another point-scoring pass. Initial pass being made by Newcastle. Oh, goes up the inside onto the toe stops and calls off the jam. First points on the board go to Leeds. And it's 12-0 after 2 jams. Completely forgot.
On the line in black for Leeds B is number 347, Tiny Prancer.
And in the gold, we have Jock and Roll for Newcastle. Oh, but Jock and Roll went up onto the toe stops there and...
Absolutely cracker hit by number 153, A-lister for Leeds.
Yeah.
Crash Test Barbie keeping the jammer in check at the back of the pack. Some beautiful jam control there. Which means it's smashing their way to the front and making lead jammer is 347, Tiny Prancer.
And Newcastle will play down with one in the box there, helps. Helps Tiny Prancer get along there.
Ooh.
Oh, and it looks as though we have a star pass completed for Newcastle Roller Derby. Who's that? 5'10" Albatross, but jam gets called before any damage can be done there.
This is definitely one of those games where you almost have to wait for the jam to end, for the dust to settle, so you can figure out what the heck has happened.
Just figure out what happened when some of the more chaotic ones we've had today already in some of the half games.
1917, indeed, 1917 in black on the line for Leeds B, Catastrophe, and 912 on the line for Newcastle. The end is Nige.
Two very high-scoring jammers from what we've seen so far, but it goes to Nige, but Catastrophe is hot on the trail. Ooh, goes for the undercut, Catastrophe. Might get a bit of jammer on jammer here. Oh, what an apex jump there from Catastrophe.
The end is Nige, meanwhile, has gotten completely fumbled in the pack.
Yeah, not as smooth that time around there for Newcastle, but 4 each on that one.
In black, 278 Rice Rocket on the line for Leeds B, and in gold, number 22 Rottweiler for Newcastle.
Rottweiler goes up the inside. Oh, but he goes straight to Leeds roller derby.
Absolutely fast footing around the pack. A-lister number 143 for Leeds B, controlling Rottweiler as a jammer really, really well, and just holding the back of the pack line, as it were. 93 Crash Test Barbie also putting the hip to Newcastle's jammer.
And another 4 points go to Leeds. Courtesy of Rice Rocket there. Some excellent defending from Leeds, but Rottweiler's through. Goes around the outside, looks as though, oh, and a huge hit there.
Big hit from 666 Booze Wound.
Booze Wound, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Sorry, it threw me because there's a 6-6 and a 666 on this team.
There is.
There we go, and it looks as though a timeout has been called by Newcastle Roller Derby. And you get 3 per game when it's a full game, like it is now.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
You do still have time to take part in our Chuck a Duck challenge for £1. Just over here by the entranceway, you can throw a duck at an innocent volunteer, and whoever is closest will win a whole group of lovely prizes, and that'll be taking part during halftime of this show. Show?
Nah.
Game. It's not a show.
Dude, you know what? I disagree. This has been one hell of a show.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have had a hell of a show, haven't we? Especially with some of the more tighter games on the roster so far.
I mean, these things are running at an incredible speed, an incredible pace, and everything about each game is changing at such speed.
Yeah, of course. Newcastle's first game of today, they lost that one by only 2 points, but then, well, won by 11 in the next game as well, and only just secured their place to the final with the result of Furnace versus the Northern Rogues there in Group B.
Yeah.
But on the line for Newcastle now, we have Jock and Roll in the gold.
And 23-23 in the black for Leeds B, that would be Dreadblocks.
Scores currently 31-3 in favour of Leeds Roller Derby. So the pivot was running interference there. Oh, but it goes to Leeds Roller Derby. For the lead jam on this one.
That was a classic bit of Dreadblocks ducking and weaving.
Exactly that. Dreadblocks making it look nice and easy.
Dreadblocks is getting mashed around.
Jock and Roll making it through, but Dreadblocks calling off the jam before any damage can be done. 33-3 in favour of Leeds so far. 23 minutes remaining in this half. On the line for Newcastle, we have 9-12. The end is Nige.
And in black for Leeds B, it's number 33, Smartful Dodger.
2 of the highest scoring jammers of the day so far. Let's hope this is going to be a spicy one.
It's going to be spicy.
Oh, and Nige steamrolls their way.
Ooh. Straight through Crystal Frost there.
Picks up the lead jam, just trounced the way through Crystal Frost there. So this should be a quick smash and grab here for Newcastle.
Oh
no, Smartful Dodger went up the inside, but has picked up a cut track penalty. This is now a power jam for Newcastle as the end is Nige gets recycled to the back of the pack after going on the inside a little bit too much there. Also courtesy of a little bit of a shunt there from A-lister, but Nige gets through. Making their way around, it's looking as though it's a little bit rammed in the penalty box there for Newcastle. 2 blockers down. Not too sure how they're going to get as much advantage out of this power jam as they would traditionally, but we'll see. Smartful Dodger off the bench and into the points. But the end is Nige calls off the jam as they are recycled to the back of the pack. Some much needed points on the board for Newcastle. 10-37 in favour of Leeds as it stands in the gold.
Number 22, the Rottweiler. And number 347 in the black for Leeds B, Tiny Prancer. Some magic footwork there by number 347, Tiny Prancer. Number 22 is up against some of Leeds' most formidable defenders, up against Bussy, up against Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, there we go. So we've got a cut track penalty for Leeds. This is now a power jam for Newcastle Roller Derby, with Rottweiler being able to have clear track, nothing to worry about. And the blockers can run interference for them without worrying about picking up any points against them.
Charger, Bussy, Crash. Absolutely. Ooh. That was not an easy wall to get through.
Definitely not, especially with a little bit of Crash Bandicoot as well, getting in there with the big hits as well.
Yeah. Crash and Charger are, well, I hesitate to say doing God's work, but doing God's work. Ooh, a big hit on Rottweiler.
Tiny Prancer back on track. Made pretty good use out of that power jam, Newcastle. They're getting some much needed points on the board now.
Rottweiler is down. Thanks to it.
What do we say, Laurie? Never find yourself in a one-on situation with Busey.
No, that's exactly it.
Oof.
I'm going to, again, restate my very loving and respectful statement about having a prehensile butt.
Oh, and it looks like Newcastle have completed a star pass to number 66, Joe Berserk, but gets knocked to the inside and will be recycled to the back of the pack as a result. Well, the full 2 minutes went on that jam. A huge one for both teams there. Getting some points on the board for Newcastle, but the lion's share going to Leeds Roller Derby, courtesy of Tiny Prancer.
Josh, can we just make 3 blanket statements about this game right now? I mean, you can't tell. You couldn't write it. Squeaky bum time.
Nowhere near squeaky bum time yet.
Oh, I mean, it's the bums are kind of squeaky. 1917 Catastrophe in black for Leeds B.
And that is Jock and Roll jamming for Newcastle on this one. Oh, but Catastrophe picks up the lead jam on this one. Again, with Catastrophe, they just seem to find space. Even though there's 4 on. For example, just there.
That, of course, is the attack of the 5s. That's Mashed Potato and Hellbach H, who are really holding the line for Newcastle's defense. Beautifully.
Catastrophe recycled to the back of the pack there on that one. Goes around the outside. 1v1, gets knocked, but stays on there on one skate. Again, some excellent defending, especially in such chaotic conditions. Oh! I thought that might have been a cut track, but that stands as an excellent apex jump from Catastrophe. Goes around the outside now. Some great teamwork there from Leeds roller derby courtesy of A-lister. Sort of ramming the blockers out of the way to make room for catastrophe. Oh, this is the last thing that Newcastle need now, a power jam for Leeds. Power jam and 2 blockers in the penalty box. Oh, this is not a good way to start a game, but it is a full game, so they do have plenty of time to turn it around.
That's exactly it. And if there is one thing that today has taught us, no idea. And catastrophe calls the jam. Oof. That was a double-digit point increase.
Whew. That's almost your dog number, isn't it, there? Almost. But there we go.
Number 278 on the line in black for Leeds B, Rice Rocket.
Of course, catastrophe called it in the nick of time there, so it will be a power jam to start for Leeds roller derby on this one.
Pretty light-looking track, pretty heavy-looking penalty box.
Oh, and it looks as though they are trying to make this one a fast jam.
There we go. That's an excellent bit of tactical movery, because when you're in a position where you're vulnerable, if you can control the jam, then you've got to control the jam any way you can. Number 278 Rice Rocket, absolutely just whipping around the track.
Yeah, I overheard a multiplayer block there for one of the Leeds team as well there, but Bash Potato.
This is...
And Rice Rocket calls off the jam before they can concede any points on that one.
This is one of those jams, Josh, where you don't even know where to look.
Yeah, it's
everything everywhere all at once.
It's a manic game.
It's classic. And when we've got 2 jammers in the line, like 9-1-2, the end is Nige, and 2-3-2-3 dreadlocks for Leeds, it's not going to get any calmer.
Well, I mean, it might be. I mean, Newcastle up out the end is Nige in the gold there on the jam line, so it might be the case that they are going to be getting some big points on this one, as we have seen them do. We know they can do it. They just need to pull it together and get those points on there.
Madness on toast. Both of the jammers are being independently held up by the defensive teams. But it's number 23 Dreadlocks who manages to get through first.
Oh, and Dreadlocks, what was that, an apex skip, I believe that was there, but got the points anyway.
A little bit of help there from Camboozled, who smashed her way onto the track from the box. You got to do what you got to do.
And as we're just over halfway point in the first half, that is 80-17 in favour of Leeds roller derby.
15 minutes remaining in this, 14 and change remaining in this first half.
There we go, and on
this
the
is going to
line.
be another one of those. Oh, no, please, go ahead.
I was just going to say, on the line, we have number 22, Rottweiler in the gold.
And the wonderful number 33, Smartful Dodger in black for Leeds B.
Ooh, and a huge hit there.
Big elbow there from Maz.
Maz, yeah.
Well, not an elbow. It couldn't be an elbow because that would be illegal. But a big hit from Maz. Maz has been...
Not to be confused with Leeds roller derby's Maz, of course.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Of course not. Maz, Newcastle's Maz has been making some really, really big defensive hits all day.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just absolutely making their jammer's life better and the other jammer's life worse.
Exactly.
And that's
exactly that.
what you want from a blocker.
Oh, there we go. And both jammers through at the moment, but lead jam goes to Leeds roller derby with Smartful Dodger, who seem to have isolated. I think they have been noticed Maz's effectiveness there, because they are isolating her there. Lovely shade of pink for Maz's hair, I should say, should add. Very vibrant. That's been done this week for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. So the
What's last time you
officials
did
having
your
a bit of a
hair,
time
Josh?
out there, so I am going to go poke my nose in where it don't belong.
Good luck on Safari. Josh is going to go and convene with the Parliament of Zebras. We've decided it's a parliament and not a judgment or a slightly sarcastic of zebras. Kids, we have had the most exciting news. Unprecedented. Oh. We live in unprecedented times, gang. We have sold out of ducks. Good, good. The administrative nerds are pleased by this. The duck gods have smiled on us. We have sold out of ducks, my friend.
Oh, wait, we sold out of ducks?
We have sold out of ducks at unprecedented times.
I don't want to see the sky for ducks.
Number 347 on the line in black for Leeds, Tiny Prancer.
And we got Chuck and Roll in the gold for Newcastle. Yeah. Oh, but it goes to Leeds. Well, that'll be again.
A rough start for both jammers, but Tiny Prancer sneaking through at the very last minute. Some socially conscious recycling there on the part of number 61, Crystal Frost, holding the jammer to the back of the pack.
Nice and easy around the outside there, but we got the initial pass there for Newcastle Roller Derby. Jock and Roll going up the inside. Ooh, and a huge disco bump there from who was
Grievous
that?
Bodily Harm, number 1420, made that massive hit. And I think you will note, not as a partisan statement, that Grievous Bodily Harm may have been the fortunate duck charm that sold out the ducks, as those are the duck leggings.
Ooh, yeah.
Number 1970 on the line in black for Leeds, Catastrophe.
And who have we got there? That is the End is Nige in the gold for Newcastle.
The only End is Nige.
Big point jammers. Oh, and a huge hit there from End is Nige.
A mid-pack fall by number 55.
Goodness me.
That's
absolutely put
that
Wallop
fall
on the floor. Oh, and there we go. And it's Nige goes straight over the inside of the apex there to pick up 4 points for Newcastle. Oh. Goodness me, hit the pack there like a bowling ball hitting some Skittles. Oh, and a huge hit from Busey. Good Lord, did you see that? Never go one-on-one with Busey.
Never. No.
Just give up. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It isn't.
It isn't.
Unless you really haven't spent enough time on or with the floor. Just don't bother.
Oh, jamming, I believe, for the first time today is Booze Wound for Newcastle.
Very nice. Booze Wound, of course, was the originator of a fantastic hit a couple of jams ago. 278 in black on the line, Rice Rockets for Leeds. And it's 278 in black for Leeds B, Rice Rocket, who manages to get lead jammer. Number 666, Booze Wound, is...
nearly collided with her own player there, but manages to avoid that as...
Crash Test Barbie being socially responsible and recycling that jammer.
Yeah, absolutely. Neo collision as well. But Rocket gets a hard-fought 4 points on that one as well. As Booze Wound seems to be just completely stuck by this three-wall here. And even with the assist by Allegra Fury, it's just not moving, these guys. Oh, Rice Rocket again. They're very hard fought, but yeah, she's getting through.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Having said that, Grievous Bodily Harm is now controlling this defensive wall for Newcastle, so let's see what happens.
There we go, Booze Wound going around the outside, picking up the cheeky points. Oh, sorry, that was the initial pass there. Sorry. Goodness, sorry, I misspoke there, but Cracking triple digits. It's Leeds roller derby as we approach the 10 minutes left of the half mark. Oh, there's 10 minutes left in this half, I should say.
I think we're a bit confused from the proceedings early in the day. 2-3, 2-3 in black on the line for Leeds B Dreadlocks.
And Albatross is jamming, I believe, for the first time this game.
I was going to say, I don't think we've seen Albatross jam so far today, which is, well, Albatross has been doing absolutely magnificently in a defensive position, so I want to see how this plays out.
Oh, look at that. Oh, goes down like a scrum, that. Good lord.
Absolute, just push. Fantastic. You can see now why Albatross is such a key defensive player and why this style is actually making them... I mean, they are really messing up Leeds' defense, which is what you need.
Albatross is through from the initial pass after a hard-fought battle in the pack, going up the inside, but gets called by Dreadlock before they can take any points advantage of that.
That was, I mean, magic.
Big hits. Big hits in this one.
That's exactly it. I like big hits, and I cannot lie.
I like big hits, and I only lie.
Which one of us is telling the truth?
On the jam line for Newcastle, in the gold, we have Rottweiler.
Number 33 in black for Leeds B, it's Smartful Dodger.
And Smartful Dodger lives up to the lane, going around the outside there, picking up lead jam for Leeds roller derby. Once again. But not too closely followed behind. For Rottweiler there. Oh. And a wee bit of a trip there, but we're all good as Smartful Dodger calls off the jam. 113-25 in favour of Leeds roller derby. In this, the grand final of the Great Yorkshire Showdown 2020. And if you do want a patch to commemorate this occasion, Great Yorkshire Showdown 2022 patches are available from the Leeds roller derby merchandise booth just near the entrance there, designed by Leeds' own Fiona Brutes.
Number 347 on the line in black for Leeds B, that's Tiny Prancer. Ooh, 9-1-2, the end is Nige, and gold for Newcastle, taking a huge hit there at the front of the pack.
Yeah, it was Busey on Nige again, just like we saw on corner number 4 there. But Nige has been sent to the penalty box. This is now a power jam for Leeds.
Well, maybe... Hellblock H, number 55, is doing fantastic work again this jam at holding things in place, as is number 66, Joe Berserk. They've also got Maz in defense as well, so this has got a challenge written all over it.
Ooh, Maz getting some hits in there, good lord. There we go, both back on track there, but jam gets called after the arrival of the Ennis Nige. On the track now, we have in the gold for Newcastle, Jock and Roll.
And in black for Leeds, it's 1917 Catastrophe.
Good lord.
The 14-20 grievous bodily harm for Newcastle has been just absolutely showing their skill as a defender.
There we go. So it looks as though there was a wrist block penalty there that was imposed upon Jock and Roll. But it looks as though Catastrophe has picked up lead jam as a result of that. Again, last thing Newcastle won at this stage, but they're going to have to find a way to stop Catastrophe here.
Yeah. Albatross, booze wound, and grievous bodily harm in defense are a formidable wall, and that's number 93. That's Crash Test Barbie off their feet onto the floor.
And beauty for Leeds roller derby, making a jock and roll, re-enter the track way back there and go up against the free wall as Catastrophe makes another pass for another par points.
The Leeds bacteriophage defense. Crash Test Barbie fighting back against number 5-10 Albatross.
Oh.
Who's been another one of those stellar defensive players. And jammer, as we've seen.
Yeah.
Catastrophe going around and around and around.
Goes around the outside. Looks as though they were going for a free wall, but couldn't get it. Well, couldn't get it sorted in time, unfortunately. But
Jock and roll appears to be struggling here.
Ah, Catastrophe. Yeah. I'd go back as well,
Yeah,
just in case.
You
don't want to cut track penalty.
They know what they're doing.
And when she makes it so easy like that, good lord.
Yeah. That's exactly
A huge jam for Leeds roller derby.
Huge.
149 to 25 with 3 minutes remaining in the first half.
Newcastle has the defensive powerhouse that they deployed in that game, or that jam, I should say, and it simply doesn't seem to have taken the edge off.
No, definitely not. I mean, it just depends on which jammer you're up against, to be honest with you.
That is very, very true.
It seems to work well against some, but like when it comes up against like Catastrophe or someone, it's just not playing ball.
That's exactly it. Number 278 Rice Rocket manages to snag lead jammer, but then also manages to incur the wrath of gravity and physics. Number 22 Rottweiler for Newcastle has.
Oh, what a duke there.
That was beautiful. Slid right.
Great stuff from Rottweiler.
Number 55, whoop. And Rice Rocket called it. That was some fancy footwork from Rottweiler getting past Whoop. It was good to see. 2 minutes left in this half.
And on the line in the goal for Newcastle, we have the end is Nige.
And in black for Leeds B, it's 23-23, Dreadblocks.
Ooh. What a big hit from Blockfast there, but Crash Test Brummy as well, recycling all the way to the back of the pack there, but it's Dreadblocks who comes out on top, picking up lead jam for Leeds roller derby.
Blockfast Crash Test Barbie and number 61 Crystal Frost making a formidable defensive wall for Leeds.
Oh no, Nige has been sent to the penalty box. This is now a power jam for Leeds roller derby. We should see off the end of the first half. Oh, goes around the outside, just manages to keep the skate on the track. Additional 4 going to Leeds. Crash Test Brummy. Oh.
Joe Berserk and Maz doing really, really strong work there. Booze Wound being pinned in place by a Leeds 3 wall.
Yeah, it was enough. It wasn't enough to make contacts, but it was enough to drive them off the track. So maybe a bit more agility needed here as the end is Nice just pushes up. Good lord.
And there goes Dreadblocks right back through again.
Another around the outside for Dreadblock. The end is Nige. Gets hit out and recycled to the back of the pack.
There we go.
Nige sees a gap, takes the gap, goes straight through the gap, but Dreadblock calls off the jam. Another huge one for Leeds, and that will be the end of the first half. Woo! 173 to 25 in favor of Leeds here. Oh, are we on? We're on. Hey.
There we go. 45 seconds of intermission left before this last half of the final of Great Yorkshire Showdown 2022, brought to you by Set Mortgages.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I believe this is the first time Newcastle have appeared in the final of the Great Yorkshire Showdown in the history of the tournament, I believe.
All right, 23-23 on the line in black dreadlocks.
And we got 2009 Jock and Roll on the line in the gold for Newcastle. And 173.25 in favour of Leeds as it stands. So Newcastle have a lot of ground to make up, but stranger things have happened even today.
It's true. Newcastle's defence is the attack of the fives again. It's 5'10 Albatross, and it's a 5'5'8 Hellblock H.
And there we go, lead jam goes once again to Leeds roller derby. Jock and Roll gets recycled to the back of the pack. Oh, the head helmet cover is off. I don't know if that's going to be a pass or... No, doesn't look like it, doesn't look like it.
Dreadlocks using that trademark combination of skill and agility to both outpace and dance through the opposing blockers.
This isn't looking good for Newcastle. They've already got 2 blockers in the penalty box.
Yep. That was a good dodge of number 14-20. Greatest bodily harm, who we know to be a formidable blocker. Oh, and that was Albatross making good contact there.
Excellent disco bump there.
Again, with that nifty handy... Can I say someone has a handy bum?
I mean, you can say it.
Okay, so yeah, it's one of those players with a handy bum.
Yeah. Not enough to knock them to the ground, but just enough to disrupt them enough to get them out of bounds and that. So, yeah.
You've just said a mouthful, buddy.
Yeah.
Number 33 on the line in black, Smartful Dodger for Leeds B.
And we got the end is Nige on the line for Newcastle. And
we have a timeout. Whoop. Why did we both make the Gangnam Style noise there for a moment? Whoop. Timeout.
And Gangnam Style was 10 years ago at this point, I
Timeout
believe.
style. For the love of Mike, would you stop pointing these things out?
Sorry.
A banger is a banger, 10 years ago or not.
And it looks as though they were just getting some paperwork in order there. But back on track, Nige and Smartful.
Solid bit of defense railing out against both of the jammers. Ooh, and that's some really, really strong interference by Leeds' defensive team.
And Smartful Dodger gets it through, picking up lead jam for Leeds roller derby once again. And the end is Nige. Makes it through for the initial pass as well. Both jammers, what I would call nippy jammers.
Yes,
the nippy.
Fact, yeah. Or spicy.
Yeah.
Spicy. Spicy jammers.
If they can't get through on one end of the track, they will be at the other end of the track in the blink of an eye. Nippy.
Nippy. Number 347, Tiny Prancer in black.
And who do we have? That is Rottweiler in the gold for Newcastle roller derby. For the whipping hinnies.
Rottweiler.
A little bit of track repair there going on. Shuffling away. But we're all good.
Rottweiler running straight into that Leeds defensive wall. Oh, Bussy. Absolutely pinning that jammer down. That's a textbook. A textbook.
And yeah, Rottweiler
for holding the jammer down, but
yeah, Rottweiler picking up lead jam there, but not in a position to take advantage of it, unfortunately, with the advanced position there from Tiny Prancer, even.
Tiny Prancer coming up against this. I gotta find a better word than formidable, but it seems to be the only fitting word. A formidable Newcastle defensive wall.
I'll look on thesaurus.com.
Thanks, because I mean, between Albatross, you got Maz, you've got the really sort of the big guns of Newcastle's defense, and they're putting up a fight. They are making life difficult for Leeds, and that is, I mean, fantastic. That is exactly what you want.
Daunting's a good one.
Ooh, daunting. Alarming.
Oh.
Redoubtable. That's it. Redoubtable. That's
the word we were looking for. Redoubtable.
Redoubtable.
All right.
the redoubtable Maz getting it back up off the track.
Oh, no. And Rottweiler just gets bumped to the inside by Busey and gets recycled all the way to the back. Just as a star pass was completed there for Leeds roller derby.
For Charger. So we're 5 minutes in.
And yeah, 186. Oh, no, sorry. 188.33 in favour to Leeds. On the line for Newcastle, we have Jock and Roll.
And number 1917 in black, Catastrophe for Leeds B. 5 seconds for everybody.
I think they heard.
Shut up.
Okay.
Oh, and a crash on track as Crash Test Barbie takes out Jock and Roll, leading Kit to take the mantle of lead jammer. Oh, that was some stellar work there. Kit using their opposing jammer almost as a drafting, like a cyclist in a race.
Yeah, no, definitely. And there we go. So jam gets called before any more points can be conceded against there, but such point on the board there. 193-33 in favour of Leeds. Picking up where they left off after the first half.
278 Rice Rocket in the black for Leeds. 912 in the gold. The end is Nige for Newcastle.
Nige going up the middle. Rocket going around the side there, but it comes in Nige's favour.
I mean, I'm not surprised with Albatross and Grievous Bodily Harm on the track. Shred as well. Shred is doing some really fantastic defensive work all day. And Hellblock H. I mean, you get Hellblock H and Albatross in a defensive field, and it's going to be an absolute misery for the jammer. So I am not surprised that it was the End is Nige who made it through as lead jammer.
No, absolutely not, especially from the form that we've seen previously since the game. Goes down real hard there on the inside, gets recycled to the back there, but not. Ooh. Oh! They won a one with Busey and came out on top there. A rare feat. There we go. The Indus Nige still in a lead jamming position, but I imagine they're not calling it just so they can get some points on the board here.
I mean, with 23 minutes left, I mean...
Oh! A beautiful little apex jump there. Excellent stuff there from the Indus Nige. Yeah. Get those arms up, earned it. Good Lord.
Yeah, good times. With 23 minutes left, it is not inconceivable that this game could end very differently than the way it looks right now. But of course, the other question is, of course, Newcastle played quite recently. This has been a long day, not just playing, but, you know, anticipation and energy and stuff. I mean, no one seems to have started flagging yet.
No, no. I mean, you sort of see it at the end of the jam where they do get a tiny bit gassed, but...
Yeah.
There we go. Leeds picking up Leeds jam once again, but yeah, there's no real sort of like fatigue, or at least visible signs of fatigue setting in for anyone here. But
and I think
that was beautiful. What was that? A backside pirouette jump there?
A fabulous pirouette.
Oh!
And a big hit from Crash Test Barbie. Big hit.
And it looks as though we got a cut track penalty there for Dreadblocks, and 3 on the bench in the penalty box there. This might just be what Rottweiler and Newcastle Roller Derby need here.
Wurzl and A-Lister are going to have their work cut out against them with grievous bodily harm, booze wound. Excuse me,
really separating the 2 remaining blockers for Leeds as well.
Ooh, that's A-Lister right on the ground.
Good Lord.
Gravity wins.
Puts her down like a sack of spuds.
Honestly,
Good Lord.
It just gravity always wins. Don't bother. There we go.
Just skips along, sidestepping onto the toe stops there. But with lead jammer going into the penalty box, this will go for the full 2 minutes, of which we have about 20 seconds remaining or so. Give or take.
There we go.
And Rottweiler goes to the inside. Dodges a huge hit there from A-lister, but gets the points on the board.
This jam is going to come to a natural conclusion. As there is no lead jammer to call the jam. That was our 2 minutes, and there we go.
Exactly that, exactly that. And that's the full 2 minutes gone there.
20 minutes left in this game. Number 33 in black on the line for Leeds B, Smartful Dodger.
Yeah. Oh, that looks like an official review situation going on here.
Yes,
I'm going to go have a look.
We have a standing O. Say hi to the zebras for us. Don't mess with their ecosystem. It is, in fact, they are asking for an official review. As for those of you who are playing along with the roller derby alphabet, the T means a timeout. The shoulder T, i.e. the YMCA gesture, means the refs have called a timeout, and the big O, or perhaps the standing O, is indicative of an official review. The pack of zebra are leaving the water hole and moving on to their migratory wintering camp, where they will pass judgment on those around them backwards in high heels. How was your time at the watering hole, Josh?
It was all good. I'll let you know what's going on once the verdict has been delivered.
Yes, please.
Sound like a courtroom reporter there, but it's not. It's not that serious at all.
You can't let it go before the release date.
Sorry?
You can't release news before the release date. You wouldn't release a movie before its release date. You wouldn't download a goose.
So basically, what happened there was that one of the Newcastle team members suspected a little bit of holding themselves up, the Leeds jammer on the previous jam, but the referee's call still stands. So yeah. So that's a failed review, I think that's called. I don't know. I'm not 100%.
I don't know. Number 33 in black for Leeds B, Smartful Dodger. Our other jammer in gold for Newcastle being 22 Rottweiler. Oof. And this is a heck of a wall. This is Bussy and Charger. And Camboozled.
Chalk and Roll just cannot seem to get past this Leeds 3 wall, can she?
Well, I mean, that's exactly it. Newcastle have got Hell Block H on the track. They have got Shred on the track. They have got Maz on the track. Those, regardless of what you do or how you do it, these blockers are just absolutely, it's almost like they're blocking the opposing players or something.
I mean,
shocking. I know. Who'd have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
They've got...
I don't know.
You'd say it's the main part of their job, but there's loads of different things the blockers do.
So many things a blocker can do. Number 347 in black on the line for Leeds B, Tiny Prancer.
And we got 9-12 in the gold. The end is Nige for Newcastle. On the jam line, goes around the outside.
Ooh, nice.
What was that? A 1-5.
A big hit from Booze Wound.
Yeah.
Ooh. Crash Test Barbie, again, with that magnificently mobile sort of a hip swing.
And Lee Chan once again goes to Leeds roller derby. Courtesy of Tiny Prancer. And the Ennis Nige finally makes their way through the pack there. Both teams in point scoring positions now. But a smash and grab from Tiny Prancer there. Picking up a cheeky 2 points there. Widening their lead. 225 to 58 in favour of Leeds. On the line, we have 5, 10,
15, 20. I don't. What are we counting?
Right.
1917 in black on the line for Leeds.
It's Albatross.
And 510. It is Albatross once again, jamming.
It threw me there. Albatross doesn't typically start
But
jams,
Albatross did, in fact. We know that Albatross is a jammer.
Well, once again, it's Catastrophe picking up lead jam for Leeds Roller Derby. Hello. Yeah, of course.
Because we're both so shy and retiring.
Cheers.
Catastrophe again making short work of the defense. Fast feet.
Oh, yeah.
Like Monsters Inc. Scary feet, scary feet, scary feet, scary feet.
I think Scary Feet is definitely one way to describe Catastrophes. Oh!
Lovely.
Can't fault that. That was a clinical apex jump there from Catastrophe. I don't want to say it like that's a signature move, but I don't think I've seen anyone land as many apex jumps as Catastrophe. In all my times I've commentated on games with her.
Dodger, Smartful Dodger is no slouch in the apex jump game.
Yeah. I'd love to say, well, if we were keeping track on stats.
I was going to say, if we were keeping score,
Yeah.
we kind of are. 278. Beg your pardon. Rice Rocket 278 in black for Leeds B.
And Rottweiler on the jamming
number 22,
line.
Rottweiler.
Already through. Goodness me.
This is going to be interesting. We've got Hellblock H, we've got Maz, we've got a cold gem.
Honestly, it looks as though Rice Rocket lost control a little bit here with the plow stop, but managed to save it just.
Plow stop is always the most difficult one to master.
Yeah. Oh, goodness, you're telling me.
That statement may contain 100% falsehoods.
I tell you what, the plow stop has really helped me if I'm standing on the bus. Yeah, really good for that.
Yeah, it helps with bus surfing. It really does. It really does. 2-3, 2-3. Dreadblocks in black for Leeds B.
And 9-12, the end is Nige on the track. In gold for Newcastle Roller Derby. Buff. Oh, and Nige just plows their way up the inside there.
End is Nige has absolutely just. I'm in mind of, you know those heavy machinery they use to dig tunnels, like the channel?
A boring machine.
I didn't call her that. What I'm saying is that the Endless Nige has got an absolutely fantastic skill for just powering straight through, you know? There is absolutely no, you know, it's not an insult to say that someone has power as opposed to being dainty on their feet.
Yeah. And sometimes you can get a brilliant mix of both, like we saw previously with Slice in a few games earlier.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Even Smartful and for Leeds as well.
That's exactly it.
Nige as well, of course, but yeah. Oh, just rolled through the defences there. What a fantastic jam. Good Lord.
Powered straight through Charger.
Got me that.
It did. Speaking of Smartful Dodger, number 33 in black on the lines for Leeds, and number 66, Joe Berserk.
Who I believe
in goal for Newcastle.
What's that, second time I believe they're jamming in this game?
Yeah, I think so.
Not third, but very rarely we see her in the jam rotations there, but we'll see what she's got this time around. Oh, a huge hit from
Crash Test Barbie for Leeds. Big ol' hit. And that's Joe Berserk recycled all the way back to the pack. Ooh. Allegra Fury with some good jammer clearing action. Trying to sweep the track for a teammate. Having some difficulty. And having a brief séjour in the sin bin.
Who was that? Hellblock H was able to keep Smartful Dodger at bay for quite some time there.
Yeah.
Smartful Dodger goes to the outside of the track. Dancing away with it now, getting past Booze Wound there.
Booze Wound with those excellent fighting hips, as it were.
Great leggings as well.
Indeed. I don't actually watch roller derby for the sport. I watch it for the leggings, Josh.
Leggings, yeah. Some good Peacocks won in a previous game. I can't remember who had those. Oh!
Block fast at the back of the pack, holding things up for Joe Berserk. And then proving why knee guards are a great idea in contact sport.
And looks as though we have a star pass. Oh, completed. It wasn't pretty, but it was completed there. And it goes on to Boozwound, who is now jamming for Newcastle. Getting the start fixed in place there. And there goes the jam. 262 to 70 in favor of Leeds roller derby as it stands as we go to the final 12 minutes of this, the final of the Great Yorkshire Showdown 2022.
I'm sorry, I was too busy watching some excellent camaraderie and sportspersonship on the track. Did you just say there were 12 minutes left in this?
Also-ish.
All right, good.
I haven't got my readers on, so it's a little bit...
You know, I hadn't noticed, mate.
Yeah.
Number 347 in the black on the line for Leeds, Tiny Prancer.
And we have
22.
Rottweiler.
That's the one. I thought I'd help you with that, Grandpa. Oh, very nice.
Takes up lead jam. Lead for the first time in this game here, but Rottweiler encroaching on the pack now. Goes around the outside. Made that look easy.
Nice.
And the mirror bench giving the instruction there to call that one, and Rottweiler looking a little bit shocked.
Teeny tiny. I mean, I wasn't going to say it to their face, but whatever. Catastrophe, 1917 in black on the line for Leeds.
And the end is Nige in the gold for Newcastle on the jam line.
The only way is Nige. The only way is Nige, baby, for you.
Oh, it goes straight. Oh my God, that went straight through.
Magic.
Are you joking?
That was a matter of less than a second between them.
But now needs to make their way past Catastrophe in order to take advantage of this.
Catastrophe doing an excellent job of controlling not only the pace of the jam, but the pace of the other jammer. It's magical. Nice. It's magical when an offensive player can also be defensive.
Would have gotten through easy enough. He wasn't the crash test, that's for damn sure. But Catastrophe coming out on top on that jam.
Yep. Boozwound taking crash test Barbies straight off their feet and onto the floor as well. Number 278 in black on the line, Rice Rocket for Leeds B.
And we have Albatross once again picking up the Jammer's Star to start this jam.
Albatross is well supported by Newcastle's defensive lineup out there on the track.
269 to 78 in favor of Leeds as it stands at the moment.
Oh, sneaky footwork there. Meanwhile, Albatross is running up against a lot of difficulty. Number 292, Bussy.
And Albatross makes it pass for the initial pass there.
Bussy, Whoop, and Camboozled out on the track. And Rice Rocket doing an amazing job of both calling the jam and dancing, actually, pirouetting.
Beautifully. Sorry, a big yawn there.
No, it's almost as though we've been announcing a derby game every half hour.
For seven hours.
Yeah, 7 hours.
Yeah.
Son of a 2-3-2-3 in black on the line. Dreadblocks for Leeds B.
Rottweiler in the gold for Newcastle.
Indeed. Nah, you're good, mate. You're good, mate. The whistle goes. They are off. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Allegra Fury is on the floor. Number 505, Bash Potato, is on the floor. Almost took a ref out.
Crystal Frost was on a rampage at the start there.
It's like a Sophie Ellis Bextor track in here. I've been waiting all game to use that one.
Do you want me to look up how old that song is? Or no? Okay.
Rottweiler making their way through the pack.
And jam gets called. A few more points on the board for Leeds roller derby. What are we at?
I'm going to point out that A, there are fewer than 8 minutes left in this game, and B, again, there is no flagging from the players. I'm wondering whether it's because the jams are so short. There's only a brief burst of exertion, no matter, I mean, it is very intense exertion, but it's rolling over quite quickly.
It essentially goes down to interval training. That's sort of the pace of the roller derby game. But the end is Nige. Goes
Sneaking
right ahead.
Past as number 33, Smartful Dodger, absolutely taken off her feet.
A rare sight, to be fair. Smartful twist goes for the full stop there on the toe stops.
I didn't think it was possible to tap dance on roller skates, but apparently I was wrong.
Oh. Like a Lord of the Dance situation.
Yes. Wherever he may be. I am the Lord of the dancing and quad skates.
Michael Flatley.
Michael Flatley.
Apparently he's got a John Wick style movie out. I haven't seen it, but I've heard that is in production.
I know for a fact that there is an oncologist at the Leeds teaching hospital named Michael Flatley.
Oh dear.
He's the Lord of the Cants. Number 347 on the line, Tiny Prancer in black for Leeds B, and number 22, the Rottweiler in gold for Newcastle.
But Rottweiler goes around the outside, picks that up right away.
Oof.
Rottweiler finding some pace in this one. Usually it takes a while for Rottweiler to get past the pass, but the last 2 times just gone straight through.
Maybe this is that flagging that we have been looking for, but it honestly looked for a second there as though the blockers were basically just taking out a grudge on each other.
Oh, it's getting to squeaky bum time.
It is getting to squeaky bum time.
They're getting like their Super Saiyan on and just going for it.
Don't use that hand.
Just like a punch, like a... And Newcastle coming out on top on that one there. 279-286 in favour of Leeds roller derby.
A scant 5 minutes and change left in the game, and a timeout is being called on the part of Newcastle.
It's Newcastle's second one. I tracked that stat.
Well done, that man.
Fair enough. And
never get in the way of an emergency wee, keep people. Never.
An alarming one that seemed to have taken them by surprise.
Taking a bit of a shocking turn.
Well, they've only got 1 minute, and if you don't need an emergency wires, you can, of course, get some merchandise from the back of the room there. There's still some for Newcastle and... Wait, hang on. Where's the Newcastle one gone? Are they gone? No, they're over there, of course. Yeah. So, yeah, we've got merchandise for both teams here, Leeds and Newcastle, of course, as well as the Tombola, which is still going, and we've still got some concessions as well, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. In black on the jam line for Leeds B, it's Catastrophe, number 1917, and number 912, the end is Nige, in gold for Newcastle. You had a mouthful of liquid, I took that one for you.
That'll be right, don't worry about it.
Catastrophe and those dancing feet just getting straight out through the pack, yet again.
Look, if they and the people watching at home don't know who these two are now, then I don't know. Look, Catastrophe cutting the losses there, so we have ourselves a pointless jam.
Young man, I really wish you wouldn't use those sort of words around me.
Oh, it's fun. Don't be daft.
No, yourself up. What do you mean, don't be daft? That's like saying don't breathe. Honestly. Number 278, Rice Rocket on the line in black for Leeds B, and number 22 in gold, the Rottweiler for Newcastle.
Oh, zebra down.
It's illegal to hunt zebras.
Ah, they're right.
Oh, and that's number 666. That's Booze Wound. And that's number 278. That's our jammer.
And again, Rottweiler making light work out of this wall here. Maybe the fatigue is setting in for Leeds roller derby here.
Rottweilers absolutely come out of their shell and is making short work of this
Going to the last 4 minutes of the game here, Rottweiler might be able to get some much-needed points on the board for Newcastle.
Yeah. Coming up against Crash Test Barbie and feeling the wrath. I'm going to pronounce that very clearly, the wrath of Barbie.
Exactly that, exactly that.
It's not a part of the anatomy, it's the wrath. Number 278, Rice Rocket, is being held up once again in that absolutely beautiful line.
Oh, and a huge hit by Charger there. Was recycled to the back of the pack, but then thought, nah, it'd be right. Oh, there we go. What's this? Timeout, is it?
There is some of the traditional dancing.
Is that an official review? That is. I'm going to go have a look.
No, it's a timeout. Go say hi to the Zebras. The Zebras have called it. Go say hi. Turn your mic off. There we go. Josh is going to go on safari yet again, down to the watering hole with all the zebras. Did you know it's a fact that every zebra in the world is actually named Deborah? At this point, I'm just checking to see if anybody's listening to anything that's coming out of my face, and I really hope the answer is no.
It's just a timeout.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no review.
Cool. All right. Just goofing around. Number 2323 in the black on track for Leeds B.
And we have Albatross in the gold for Newcastle.
Once again, Albatross on that jam line. I'm really liking getting to see Albatross jam. And Blockfast is through as our lead jammer. But where is Oh, there is Albatross. There we are. Albatross breaking through the pack with Bussy, number 292, hot on their heels. And another Leeds point-based dine and dash.
Sorry, I completely missed that. I'm very sleepy. Yeah, so on the jam line in the goal for Newcastle, we have the end is Nige.
And number 33, Smartful Dodger in black for Leeds B.
And looks as though we only have around 3 minutes or so left.
3 minutes.
We're officially in squeaky bum time.
Yeah, it is. We are officially into squeaky bum time. Smartful Dodger with those fast feet, managing to dance through the pack.
Getting through the pack with squeaky clean precision as well. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Rack them up and run away.
And just over 2 minutes remaining here. We have Rottweiler on the line for Newcastle.
And number 347, Tiny Prancer in black for Leeds B.
295 to 90 in favor of Leeds Roller Derby. As we go into the final stages of this, the final of the Great Yorkshire Showdown 2022. And again, Rottweiler. Where is this second win coming from?
Absolutely colossal. I am in love with watching Rottweiler just I don't want to say flourish, because that sounds like we've been in some sort of...
Oh, goes straight up the inside.
That was Charger knocked off their skates. Charger plowing into shreds.
Rottweiler sees the gap, goes straight for that gap. Oh. There we go.
Oh, Tiny Prancer using a little bit of deking to get right around the defense there.
Yeah, even I thought she was going up the inside there, but went to the outside, getting the 4 points there for Leeds Roller Derby. Oh no, this is now a power jam for Leeds Roller Derby to cap, well, more than likely will cap things off. A little bit of a scuffle there, but goes around the outside, picking up the 4 points there for Leeds.
3-4-7 Tiny Prancer has nothing to do with their time, but skate around in circles and rack up the old points.
We might do indeed.
Charger manages to take...
And Rottweiler back on track.
You know it's a good game when you get halfway through a call and you have to stop because it's just too exciting.
Yes,
The unofficial score at full time is 315 to 101. That's the unofficial score.
And looks as though they have broken the triple digits there.
That is a rousing chant of "We're number 2" from Newcastle Roller Derby's Whooping Hinnies.
And that confirms it. The final scores, 315 to Leeds Roller Derby and 101 to Newcastle Roller Derby.
That means that Leeds Roller Derby B Team are your Great Yorkshire Showdown 2022 champions. Woo!